Yeah, I hate touching it because I look back, hit the back button. Takes out. Smaller. Yeah, you might have to move up. Yep. Okay. Where is it though? Look how small it is. See? Why? Why is it that? Oh, there you go. Yeah. That all. Right. Go back. Go. Okay. Get better. Man, they're leaning like bad Joe and shit. All right. Shalom, shalom. With the Hebrew Israelites coming out here day in and day out, prophesy downfall of America, modern day Babylon, spiritual Egypt and Sodom, and uprising of Israel, consists of so-called Black, Latino, Native Americans of the elect, and the whole Western elect. So we're gonna give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Bahasham, Qadash, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostle, elder bishops, great millstone, my salutation to the brothers, teaching word for the hopeful elect, soon to be elect of Most High will. We always say, always giving those praise to his name, Yahawah, he is to be. Yahawashi, he delivers. And we always say in the name of the Holy Spirit, And we're gonna title this America was designed for us to fail and depend on the MOTB. Or take the MOTB, So hopefully it's edifying. We're gonna get the first scripture, Job 9:24.
Well, this is Job, chapter 9, verse 24.
All the earth.
And it reads, the earth.
So the earth is talking about the whole earth, man. It's talking about they rule the whole world and shit, And they got the military might, their food, so, Go ahead.
It's given to the hand of the wicked.
And it'd be like, who is the wicked? Well, who's ruling the world? And if you ask the Edomite, he'll be like, yeah, they'll try to throw China in there. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, they should know. And they do know. They just be, lollygagging about it. But they know that they rule the world. They the number one superpower, America. In America, what they got? They got presidents who's they got Trump right now. But it's been a line of Edomite presidents all through since America was so-called established. And then you got second in Russia, right? They Edomites too. So if you're dealing with superpowers, it's Edom running the world. Moab think they next up, and nah, go ahead.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He covered the faces who the judges, the saints, starting with Yahawashi, the main judge. They did that in the rebirth. It's called iconoclasm. They destroyed Jake's images during the what they call it the Dark Ages, but it's really the Byzantine Empire. When Jake go back to the Moors, he always kind of like specifically say the Moors. No, we were Israelites that were being called Moors. More come from the word moreno. It just means dark skin, dark people. But where's your nationality? Dark is not a nationality. So we can go right quick to the Psalms 83. So they covered the faces of the judges thereof. They put the angels up as them. They put the Most High up as them. Yahawashi, who they ignorantly call Christ Jesus, the Son of God. They put him as them. And they made a book, and they put the images in the book, and it tells you that in the Apocrypha, which is a part of the Bible, hidden book. It was the destruction, Bible destruction group destroyed and that narrative and brought in, the
1800s.
Yeah.
Go ahead, yo, you got the Psalm 83. Let me a little closer to
Yeah.
Psalms 83, verse 1 says, Song or Psalms of Asaph.
Go ahead.
It said, Keep not thou silence, O power.
Right.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Yep.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. But they have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
What?
And,
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
You know, that's talking about the Israelites. They've taken crafty counsel against us. You know, and they came up with a system that is designed for us to fail. As you know, what we're talking about. You know, this system was designed for Jake to basically live in a docile state. You know. Yeah. Go ahead.
So they have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
Cut them off from being a nation. How? Go ahead.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So they took our name and then called us they called us Africans, which were Israelites. We're not Africans. We were in West Coast Africa. You know, a few other regional places in Africa, but mainly the West Africa. So we're not Africans. We was Most High gave us the strength, power to take over the Canaanites. But we're not Africans. So that they don't want us to know that we're Israel. So they set up education. They set up school. I mean, what that is, they set up education, church, and they set up these politics, which is to go into the black boule, rubbing shoulders with these people to keep, kind of a supervision, so to speak, on black neighborhoods all across the world. So that's the operating system, man. And then did we learn anything in school? Hell no. Education? No, we didn't learn anything in church, and we don't learn anything in politics. You know, they don't even tell you how to be a man, take care of your responsibilities. You know, how to take care of your finances. And then you got so-called black scientists, so to speak, and engineers. Where are they at? They should be all up in Jake neighborhood, you know, fixing his cars and shit when they need to be broken. And if they talking about black love and shit, and then and teaching them a certain kind of form of education that's good, that he could use for skill wise, or for his family and his seed when he grow up under him.
Wow.
Do they do that? Hell no, man.
Yeah, they basically give you what's gonna make you dependent on the system. They don't teach you how to something happen. You don't know how to make no fire. Jake don't know how to purify water. That's stuff that Jake need to learn how to really do.
Yeah.
You know, so you can be less dependent on the system, but they're not teaching our people that stuff, man. You know?
So it was never really a place of liberty and freedom and justice for all. That was a damn lie. That was a damn lying out of your teeth lie, man. Go ahead. So they cut us off from being a nation. Go ahead. So that Israel shall no longer be in. So we wouldn't remember Zion. And get that scripture right quick while we on it. Let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth, but I don't remember Israel. I have Israel as Jerusalem as my chief joy. And then when it said we hung our harps, that's in Psalms 2. We hung our harps and said when we remember Zion, saying, how can we sing a song in a strange land? So we're supposed to remember the Zion. We forgot the laws too. That's a part of that whole thing about with the Most High. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 137, verse 6. If I do not remember thee,
Go ahead.
let my tongue cleave to the roof of my...
Go before that.
This is Psalm chapter 137, verse 5. And it reads, if I forget thee, O Jerusalem.
O Jerusalem, if I forget thee, I forget thee. Why does it do that? All right. So as he said, if I forget thee, Talking about Jerusalem. Go ahead.
Let my right hand forget her cunning.
Yeah. Let my right hand forget her cunning. Go ahead.
Verse 6, I think it's because some like I tried to get it with the screen to stay on, and it don't no option to do it. Verse 6, if I do not remember thee, let my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth.
If you don't remember Zion, remember Jerusalem, remember the laws, remember what we had established. It's really the Most High, because it's a people before there's a place. Most High established us as a people before he gave us Israel. Before we were named Israel, the Most High was already dealing with us as Jacob. He was already dealing with us as Adamites, man. So it's people before there's a place, and then he gave us the land. He told us to take over the land of Canaan. And then that's the land of, supposedly was the land of milk and honey. But today, he's going to give us the whole world, man, and beyond. I mean, not today, but when we get established as a kingdom, he's going to give us all that, Go ahead.
If I prefer not Jerusalem above, if I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy,
if I prefer not Jerusalem as my chief joy, meaning let my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth. I don't want to even speak, man. Like, he's so sick in this place and bottled up in his stomach, so sometimes you can't even speak, man. It's like, damn, I can't even say the words that I'm disgusted with this place. I don't even want to talk, man. But we talk, Most High gave us the gift of prophesying, gift of this word, so we can let it out, man. Go ahead. Back to Psalms 83.
Psalms 83, verse 4 again. Said they have said, "Come, let us cut them off from being a nation."
Off from being a nation. So what are we supposed to be a nation? When they talk about that thing when they got one I was gonna say one nation under groove. Thank you. When they said the pledge of allegiance, one nation under God. We ain't no nation with them. We're no nation with the Moabites out here, the Elamites out here, which is so-called East Indians, the Japanese. When they come here, we're not a nation. They're not in our same neighborhoods. They're not our neighbor. The only neighbors we got is Esau when it's gentrification being involved, or Jake get enough money to move out the ghetto. That's the only time. We ain't really neighbors. There's no real, Edomites don't really dwell in the ghetto, which is the dwelling place of the Jews. So even going back to saying love thy neighbor as thyself, it's talking about your own people, man, your own dwelling. But we're going to learn who our enemies is. They in it along with Edom, man. To have us cut off from being a nation. When we go to these Arab stores, these convenience stores, they know exactly who we are. Some brothers have asked them, and they say, or they even told them, you're the people of God, right? He might even tell them. Another Arab that's his friend might hit him on top of the head with a wooden spoon because you're talking too much. They know who we are, man. All these nations know but us. So we're supposed to be a nation. If you're not a nation, you're not doing anything, man. You got all these black power groups like Black Panther Party and all that. You might as well put IUIC-PK on the list and IUIC, And but it's division. They nobody thinks the same. You can have a room full of so-called black people from every state, like 20 black people from every state. Everybody gonna be like, nah, we don't get down like that in my state. We're gonna do it this way. Some Jakes are tired as hell of this oppression, man. I'm tired of the white man. Fuck doing this, man. I'm tired of this shit. But why don't you go out and make be the first one, to strike? Why don't you go out and go to the White House, send the president a letter, or go to the White House, you know where it is, the DC, go to it, and go outside the door and protest. But they just put in our coattails and call us and say, yeah, that's what y'all should be doing. What not? Most High don't have us doing that. So if you want to do it, go ahead. that Haitian thing, when they was rebelling against the cops, I don't know what happened. They just disappeared. I don't know what the hell happened with that. All they had was Jake rebelling and kind of pushing back, but that's it. There ain't been no news about it since, right? Where did they go? You know, where all these protests go, and for to be a protest asking for rights from your enemy, you bugged out anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna give you some. All right, he gonna give you the same thing he been giving you: shit money, reparations. I mean, not reparations, sorry, but stimulus checks, welfare. You niggas ain't y'all ain't worth no more than like he said to Dr. J. I hate you getting treated like boot camp. You ain't worth the food stamp. In the so-called white man's eyes, we're not worth the food stamp, man. So why are you asking and begging for rights? And then the radical jakes that's ready, pumped up and mad, go ahead and strike, man. Go ahead.
Oh, it says.
So cut them off from being a nation. That goes along with divide and conquer too. You know, you have the bougie, boule type of Negroes that's in the industry. A lot of them are in the industry, celebrities. So Jake be like, damn, they ain't telling you they bending over and fucking goats and shit, man. To be the goat, you know. They ain't telling. Jake be young, right? He be like 13 years, you know, trying to get a rap album out and shit. And they don't tell Jake that. Them crooked ass, demon ass devils, man. These celebrities, man, most likely gonna destroy all their asses, man. You know? And some of them are talking, some of them now, you know, the damage is done. Yeah, you know, I'm old now, I'm 50 years old, the industry is crooked. Yeah, maybe, but you've been spending all that money and having fun and showing your ass all through those years for 20 or 30 years. That's why most likely gonna destroy their asses. Go ahead.
In verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent.
Yeah, they consort together. So to the so-called black woman, hey, guess what? It's a confederacy against us, man. And we're divided and conquered, and it's a confederacy against us. So you be like, well, why you always talk about the so-called white man? Like he's that bad. Like it's all his fault. It is all his fault, man. Because he's the one that had us in slavery, bound by chains. You think he was just talking to us, handing out contracts to sign and shit? He had us in fucking chains, man. But we couldn't do shit. Couldn't use the restroom. Couldn't talk back. And he had the power of the sword to do so.
First got over here, they wouldn't even let us read.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't even let us write. You know, so we redeeming the time now. Now that we have the power to do so.
Yeah.
You know, because this is a wicked ass time, man, for our people.
And just because you ain't in change no more, what do he got for us? Like I said, education, church, and politics. And then the folly of it all is to be a basketball player. That's how. Have you ever heard Jake when he was young wanted to be a politician and shit? Hey, a couple of them said president, but for the most part, Jake want to be a basketball player, NFL player. He he'd be a singer or something like that, a rapper. He ain't never been like, well, I want to be political. I want to change the future. I want to go into office so I can kind of reconstruct it so it could be some help and assistance for our black people. I want to get dentists out there in our neighborhoods. I want to get scientists that's working on different medicines and all that. No, they got it's called what? Program thinking, right? They just put the choices there and oh, Jake, whoa. You know? They'd be like, well, we got some money right here. Just like the programs with welfare, we got money right here. And then guess what? You get to ask for food stamps if you got children, and so you can have your food right here. And then we can help other programs. We got other help programs to where when you're pregnant, your wife is pregnant, if y'all want to stay together, or if you don't want to be with your man, give her a suggestion in her head. And if y'all get a divorce, why you putting that in her head and shit? Now she's thinking about it. And you get some alimony and you get what do they call insurance, life insurance. Now you got women killing their husbands and shit. You know? Shalom to the brothers. You sister will come forward, tell y'all shalom. Yahawashi Mashai, Bahasham, Qadash, Atham. You know? So all this is unfolding. All this has been orchestrated, man. You know? And then when you grow up as kids, what do? They put you in front of TV, more programming. Your father ain't coming, look, son, I want 5 years old. Shit, you old enough. Let's go work on the car. So you can learn how to, so your car never be broken down. You could become your own salesman. You could fix cars and sell them. You know, you could take a beat up car, fix it up, and sell it for more. If you got the skill and the knowledge to do that, even a house. You get a house, it's all crappy, and you got knowledge of how to fix up that house, you could sell it way for more. But ain't nobody taught us that. We in front of a TV watching cartoons, you know? So them cartoons were kind of dope.
Yeah, they got good
G.I. Joe, but still, you know, and we kid, they act like, they act like when you 5 years old, you young. Nah, you observing shit like you absorbing shit like a motherfucker. You watching your parents, you like in your mind, you be like, damn, there go that. Even if you're 5 years old, there go that uncle. We don't like this shit. Nobody likes it. You that process is in your head. You know what's going on. You just can't speak it and express it. So by the time you're 12, you should be a young man on your shit. This young man in the scriptures that's 12 years old, that was princes that was had their throne and shit or whatever. Have men under them. Yahawashi was 12 years old. At the time he was teaching, he was lawyers and doctors, and you know, they was awed by him. He was only 12 years old. Go ahead. So they consorting with one consent, and these are the enemies that done that. So you can't tell us, oh, go out and make an honor. What is it? Why is it so hard and shit? Because they making it hard, man. Because we got enemies on it that's working together. Go ahead.
They have consulted together with one consent.
One consent. Go ahead.
They are confederate against the
Confederate. Look up the word confederate right quick, Bubba. Let you know the blacks, some of this, most of the time, the average so-called black man, Latino, Native American man is not lazy. It's just he fed up working for these demons and shit, getting breadcrumbs. So yeah, you might be a young ass man and you 13, 14, your mother already got a problem with you, but ain't we supposed to be taken care of until 18? Our mother fussing at us at 12 or 11, 10 years old, like you gotta go live with your supposed to take care of me till I'm 18, according to America. But y'all don't want to go by the standards of the Bible. 12, you should have used the Bible against us. They're like, you 12 years old, you're a young man, you need to get out. Why I need to get out? Mine says in the Bible, you by the time you're 12. No? Go ahead.
So it's a couple definitions. Joined by an agreement or treaty.
So there was a treaty and agreement against us. Go ahead.
A person one works with, especially in something secret or illegal.
Secret or illegal. All they doing, they got a secret society, and it's illegal, according to the Most High.
An accomplice.
Yep.
And if you cool with America, Babylon the Great, stand running, you guilty by association with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
What they say? You like as one of them.
Yep.
You know?
You're gonna get the same punishment.
Just like y'all flipped it and number Yahawashi among the sinners. Well, he gonna flip it back on your ass. He gonna number you among the Edomites. And you gonna get destroyed with him. Go ahead.
It says, an example, a supporter of the Confederate States of America.
The Confederate States of America, man. All these American states.
And they got
federal and state. And, but they work together. It's all the same shit.
They're trying to make it seem like they got rid of those kind of things, racism, discrimination, and stuff. But no.
Yeah, by the means of affirmative action and amendment. What did Jake always go to? I plead the fifth and all that shit. And all that,
they tell you that, and then they put 50 Cent or one of these rappers out there and have them trapping and selling drugs and doing all types of stuff. So Jake will follow that and end up right back in prison.
Yep. Because
You know?
what he say, get rich or die trying.
Yeah.
It says be not rich in the scriptures, labor not to be rich.
Yeah.
And he dressed in the cold uniform of like a president, like he's in a suit and tie all the time wherever he goes.
And that's why he said that, because even if you do get ultra rich here, it's still designed for you to fail.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not gonna be able to find the Most High.
We'll go into that. We'll let you know that even if you like the dentist and who are the scientists on that, they getting blackballed, so to speak, because the so-called black people, they don't want to hire them because they so dependent upon the so-called white man, and the so-called white people don't want a black dude working on them and shit. So guess what? That's double X'd out. 3 strikes you out, and then even if he try to go back to the neighborhood and try to live in his neighborhood with his own black community, he gets robbed because he got a nice car and he got money. So that's 3 strikes you out, man.
And it just also says bring states or groups of people into an alliance.
Yeah. So these are like when you go to court, it's you versus the state, and then you could go to a federal. You can go into the federal, which is a more higher crime. Go ahead. A higher criminal charge. Go ahead.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee, the children of Israel. Go ahead. Now, where's all the confederacy against these so-called rats if they the children of Israel? Where they get cut off from being a nation? Small hats. Where they history that when they show them concentration camps, they never said they got cut off from being a nation, and that doesn't show that they got cut off from being a nation. So it's talking about somebody else.
And after that, the nation got established, and the whole earth, the whole world helped. Start, mainly Great Britain with the British Mandate.
British Mandate, and they still get reparations to this very day.
To this very day. Just last year, all them they was giving them thousands of cluster bombs to bomb them people in Gaza, man. And we ain't saying we on either side. We showing you that, there's something brewing, man.
Yeah.
Because over there, they don't need no cluster bombs for that place, man. All they got is people with guns and stuff. They don't got no tanks and stuff over there, man. Yeah, he's showing you, man.
Yeah. And let they got imported, underground bunkers, whatever you want to call them, catacombs, to where the rocket will go underground, and they got an arsenal that comes from the ground, coming out of the ground and shooting up to their target. So you don't have to see. So even if they got China, they very technical and all that. Even if they got somebody spying or looking out, they said Israel ain't got no weapons, but they do underground.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it said that we were cut off from they cut us off from being a nation. How the hell we got cluster bombs? We don't got none of that stuff, man. Israel does not have none of that stuff.
That's our question.
Israel does not.
It says it shall be no might in thy hand.
We don't got all that stuff, man. So that's how you know these are Edomites, man.
And it said you will forever be crushed forevermore. And it said all these nations that go by thee, they should clap their hands at thee. That ain't like you said. They helped the Jewish people, man. The Jewish. You wish you was a Jew.
So if Edom, he ain't even said it yet, but if this confederacy, if it was built to make Israel not exist, why would they be giving Israel all them bombs? That don't make sense, man. That's how you know these ain't the people, man. That's how you know.
Go ahead, yeah.
Say, they are confederate against the tabernacle.
We told you about the tabernacles Edom. The Dukes came from the Edom. And it's a little show that I always mention. The Dukes of Hazzard, they got a Confederate flag on it. Mm-hmm. And in some southern states, the Edomites still got their southern flag, and that's why that's one reason I believe that burning the flag is not a federal offense, because they still these southern rednecks, they still got their Confederate flags on their doors.
Yep, and they still print them, right? all this time since the Civil War, how they still got them in stores? You can order it online. You can order it straight through Amazon or something. And that's how you know that, these other nations, they know that's never changed. That's why you got now 48 different states of Europe. They just came up with an agreement to not even give Israel no more weapons. They're not giving them no more weapons, along with Germany, man. Yeah. They starting to think different, like, nah, something up,
And then, and before this weaponry of technology, technocracy, brothers, elders say all the time, apostle elders, they had cannons, they had Gatling guns. You know what I'm saying? That was their first approach into winning us over. Cannons and all that. So they got a good hand of power. Well, it goes back to Esau too, but it said he shall be blessed with the sword. He was just a cunning hunter. He used that to hunt, you know what I'm saying? But the Most High made him use that to hunt us, use us that as a military force in the future. And then we're here in the future right now. But it said to let the boys grow. So it said he became a cunning hunter. Now he got weapons and he's cunning with his weapons.
Yeah, and that's that process of that scripture that speaks of let favor being shown to the wicked. He allowed them to enhance and exemplify that sword, okay, for his his little wicked ass kingdom to have dominion for a specific amount of time. But that's all the prophecy say.
Yeah. That's all for everything is playing by the book of the Most High. Playbook, Most High's playbook. Go ahead.
Since tabernacles of Edom.
Edom, that's the so-called white man. If you go back, Esau came out red all over like in heavy garment, rednecks, Rawchaa, red shield, red child. And it said Esau is the father of Edom, of the Edomites. So they became dukes and they became, they had sons, grandchildren, all that. So the tabernacles of Edom, go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites,
the Arabs, man, and they had a hand in taking us down. Even when they were going back to the Byzantine Empire, they had a hand in that, man. That's why a lot of us converted to Islam. But we wasn't Islam. We're not Ishmaelites, and that wasn't our religion. So what did we flee into? Egypt and Arabia in 70 AD. So we became subject to these nations. Most High said that if you do not do my commandments, you're going to fall under these nations, paraphrase. You're going to be subject. They're going to be mightier than you. You're going to be the tail and not the head. It mentions the curses in the scriptures. Most High is very simple, ain't he? He's just like, you're going to be the tail of the tail of the head. You either going to be the,
And they said it was going to be like that until Yahawashi returned. So we don't own the media. We don't own no weaponry. We don't own no Iron Dome, man. We don't have none.
We don't own jets, airplanes.
Yeah, we don't have a military. That's real.
We don't own an Air Force base. We don't own an army or military. We don't got that. It's Jake joining the military, not having one. So we, and then where you go? You get with your girlfriend, y'all have puppy love, and you go to college. You pick out the best college. You want to go to the same college, cool. And then he wants to be a football player. She wants to be a nurse or something, a paralegal or something. And then y'all try to get y'all's money together. But y'all ain't never trying to own the military. Y'all ain't never trying to own the actual business. That came along when Jake got on the internet. They didn't use a thing like that. But these internets are becoming small platforms to where they ain't bringing that much money either, man. You can outball by the other people on the internet, and they cutting certain things in the internet. You can't say certain things and shit. You own a business and you get on the internet and you what do you call it? You offend a sodomite, he gonna sue you, and then that's your business. Go ahead. So tabernacles of Edom, Ishmael, which are the Arabs. Go ahead, which I told you they know. They'll tell you that you're the Israelite. They know they come from the Arabs know they come from Ishmael. Go ahead.
Moab.
Moab, the Chinese, they do the same thing. They know who we are, They got them damn stores and shit. Buy or get out. There's a byword among all these nations. He said that they got Arab. They call us something. I don't know what it is, but they got a word for it. They probably just call us niggas and shit. Moab, get a buy or get out. Ishmael look at you same way when you in his convenience store. What do you want? Do you hurry up? Africans. When they come to America, they don't go to chill with the jakes in the neighborhood and shit and let's grab a few bars and shit. Let's catch up and drink and shit. They go straight to college and shit.
And that's how more of the so-called Chinese are too. And a lot of them, they get their businesses. Most of them be what? Nail salons, hair salons. So then Eve going down there and get her hair done and shit for $400 every damn week and shit, every couple of weeks and shit.
Yeah.
And it can't get up, man.
Yeah, what do they call it? Menacor?
So that
pedicure.
Yeah, that's that confederacy coming together to keep Jake down in the docile state to not rise up. Because that's the one thing they don't want, man. They don't want our people coming to a realization on who we really are.
And at the same time, you got, like you said, the salon businesses, but you got the laundry mats where they all have the so-called Mexicans cleaning up their laundry. Or they'll have these chicken places, especially, when I was in Cali, they had a chicken place, they had a El Pollo Loco, El Pollo something, and they'll have Mexicans, but it's Chinese people that run this shit. So you're saying the Mexicans are not our people, but they like manner with these same kind of jobs and shit?
Yep.
They locked up just like we are, not as much as Judah, but they locked up just like we are. They the next in line with everything about curses and shit. Oh, what's the top abortion? Well, the black woman. What's the next top abortion? The Latino woman. What is all the jobs and all the labor? Well, yeah, sending the black man. Well, what's the next? The Latina or Latino or the Mexican. He is hired. The Lord had gave me my hire. This is the Most Highest book. He wrote it like he wanted to. It don't have to make no sense to you, man. This book is for us. How are we gonna have to make sense out of it? Our own book, our own Father's book. That's like we trying to read you a bedtime story. You ain't welcome here. Go ahead.
Yeah, Moab.
And
the Hagarenes.
The Africans, they in it. They deep in it too. They kind of play a back role of it because they got conquered. But they by means of colonization. They rub shoulders with the so-called white man.
And those are the Hamites. That's why when you go back into the scriptures, it speaks of Moses could have passed as an Egyptian because they look like us, but they not us.
And Paul, they think the New Testament is all so-called white people taking over and shit. Paul was mistaken as Egyptian too. He said, "Aren't thou Egyptian?"
Yep.
Fuck out of here, man. Dark-skinned people, man.
Because he was a Jamaican.
It was a Jamaican.
Benjamin.
Fine. And the iconoclasm, when Putin brought that out, when you read about when you look at the Russian icon, it'll tell you a so-called black man, and it'll say above it Peter, or it'll say above it that's Matthew or Joshua. It'll tell you that they the prophet.
Yep. And every time they got them statues of different emperors or whatnot that were Jake, they got all the damn noses cut off.
Yep.
Yep.
So that was
Jake.
They ain't got that was a part. Yep, that was a part of keeping Israel dumbed down and keeping from their heritage, the imagery and shit, to put them in place of us. To say that was the Dark Ages. You know what they had a nerve to say, and people believe that stupid ass shit. The Dark Ages. It's just nobody knew anything.
Like, what? That's why even in World War II, when they had when they used to show them pictures of the ones that say they the Jews over there. And they had the picture with the big old nose. They was really talking about us.
Yeah.
They was trying to act like they was us, man.
Yeah.
But 6 years of war does not fit the curses, man. That's thousands of years of being in slavery.
And you got some of them, the Jewish people, small hats, that say that was a false narrative. That was a false story. Yep. They said it themselves.
There was one lady that did. They locked her up in prison for 6 years.
Yep.
Because he was going around saying that, man.
Yep.
Because they trying to cover it up. This is that council.
Yeah. And they was really the Germans and shit. Come on, man. I'm about Poland and all those places in Germany. But yeah, right after World War II, they hired 1,600 Germans, man. Come on, man, to come here in the U.S. If y'all hated Germans so much, y'all wouldn't let them come here. Y'all wouldn't hire them. Can't y'all hire some U.S. people?
That's an Operation Paperclip,
Yeah.
and they put them in very high prominent positions.
Yeah.
And they still there to this day because it wasn't like they just bring just the scientists; they bring their families here.
Yeah.
So they mingled here. They're here.
Yeah.
You know,
and they still making the bombs. They still making the diseases.
everything.
You know, all that. What is that? FDA and shit. All that's them. The what was that other? That's I always forget it. But, you know, they get them labs and shit and splicing and genetic mutation and all that stuff.
Yeah, and some of them, like, they brought some of the worst ones, the ones that were turning some of their own people into lamps, shoes, using their skin for shoes and stuff. They put them in high prominent positions, and a lot of them actually was getting screwed. That's why you got some of these Edomites over here calling you a skinhead. They was doing all that kind of stuff to them because they bring over here and they was living better than they had.
Yeah, a lot of them Jews, a lot of them skinheads, they Germans.
Yeah.
That's why they always be like,
you know,
all that. Damn, Sylvester, the cat on think I cat and all that. Go ahead.
It says the ball
Yup.
and Evan
Yup.
Yeah, and the Japanese.
Yup. So-called Japanese.
Yep.
and Amalek.
Amalek,
Amalek.
the main person that dislikes, the main enemy that dislikes is the scumbag, the Jewish people, the small hat, the Jehu. What else do they got name for? The
1948ers.
the elite bank of 1948ers. You know, yeah.
That's when you know, the land of Israel was established, and then 1 year later, NATO come out, man. This is that agreement.
North Atlantic Treaty.
Yeah. For to design Jacob Bell and then make us depend on MOTB, man. That's what was being set up. Yeah. And it's here now. You know?
You just mentioned something too. The British mandate. So the British set them in there, but before that they invaded Palestine, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to get into Jerusalem and all that. And who signed it? Was it Roosevelt or Nixon? I think it was Roosevelt.
I think it was Roosevelt. And you know, for people who don't have that understanding of the British mandate, it's basically just 1 million British soldiers went into Israel and basically protected them while they built up Israel again. Man.
2
million.
Oh yeah, 2 million. Yep. Yeah, it's 2 million. It's a lot. Yep. And they allowed them to build that.
Yep.
You know.
But still, you know, that's why it's always the Gaza Strip and all that, and you know, the Palestinian region. It's always war because they took over that, and the Arabs are like, I mean, that's some of those are our people too. Those Arabs over there, and that ain't all y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? You got Arabians over there, man.
Yep, because Jacob scattered across the four corners of the earth, and wherever we at, we working under everybody, man.
Yep.
We don't own nothing.
So a lot of them, a lot of us got the same kind of energy of those wars that happened back then between us and those nations. Yeah, and you know, standing up for justice, whatever you call, you know, justice and you know, those type of things. Like, this ain't right. This is inhumane. You know, but you know, these nations still, they, you know, those are our people that do that. You know, cry out. You know, because we the people of the just. We the just people. We come from that thread, that fabric. You know, these other nations, they just want power. They just want power. We want power, but we gotta learn. We got a moral code to our existence. You know, that's why we always in the church and shit, man. That's why you can hear it, like on them old churches, you can hear it from 2 blocks away, and everybody loves Fantasia and all those gospel singers and all that, and it gets you in the spirit and shit. No, they don't got that. that a Elamite sing a gospel song in Arab City. Like, shut that hell up. Let them try to sing to touch people and shit. Nah, man. Go ahead.
Man, no. Like you said,
They don't get it.
They ain't got no type of no flavor, no salt.
No flavor. We have flavor. We have flavor magazines. We had salt and pepper. We had, what a Biggie Small say, salt and pepper up in the magazine. Slick Rick. We had all that, man. We was the people, man. But our culture went down. They think that was a bomb ass time, the 90s and the 80s. Man, we had a bomb time in Jerusalem, man. We had our shit up.
That's the worst. That's really the worst of display of Israel. Yeah. You know,
exactly.
In this place, man, this is the low for Israel right now, man.
Yeah. They're gonna say, and an Edomite, get back to the scripture, he had a nerve to ask Miles Davis, come on, the saxophone player, one of the best. You know what this devil asked him? He said, how do you play so well on the instrument? He asked Miles Davis, is it a love of music? And he's like, yeah. And then he said, perhaps it's because, the pain and suffering of your people and all that. Get the fuck. We don't have to suffer, and we still be salt of the earth. We'll still be coming up with the bombest music and shit. Our pain, we'll let it out through our pain, but we could come up with some bomb music. Come on, man.
And that's what they have done. They came up with a system to basically use trauma to keep Jake in a state of loneliness. Yeah. In his spirit, man.
And they use that as a tool, as a dagger to give us an excuse. So, okay, that's why you crying out. That's why y'all on the highways and byways, because y'all mad black men. It ain't got nothing to do with being black.
To do with that.
It got to be something to do with our father and what he told us to do and us being Israelites. We don't claim we're black, man.
And the heritage of the saints is to what? Condemn places and had the Lord destroy them motherfuckers, man. That's our heritage. That's what we do.
And the Most High said, condemn the wicked, man.
That's
condemn the wicked. It's spoilers harvesting, and it's human trafficking, it's debauchery going on, it's cannibalism going on, willing cannibalism going on, it's freaks and deeks and docs and all that out there, man.
God.
And we wrong for speaking against this. Men in dresses and shit.
Yeah, like they had, all the men in red dresses walking around. Go ahead, Al.
And then you got the present wicked shit going on, current wicked shit going on. But what about the past shit they did? See, a lot of people they'll forget about that. But what it said in Revelation 18, their sins have the Most High have remembered their sins, and He's doing that through us. So we bringing up old records, man.
Okay, we'll get a brother scripture after this.
Yeah, come on. We bringing up those old records.
Yeah,
and
this is us opening up the judgment book.
Come on.
This is the exhibits, and as judges, we're in a low place right now. Just because we don't got a throne and a judgment seat, Most High is having us as judges. Little judges of the earth. We the little judges of the earth. What you got? Brother got person over here. So yeah.
This is Job chapter 18, verse 10. It reads, a snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Probably read verse 11. It ain't in there.
Because what it say? He go as a roaring lion seeking who he may devour. Yep. So while the lion is creeping, Most High is gonna catch him in his groundwork and shit. Yeah. And they got underground bunker, like I said, doing secrets underground, building underground cities and bunkers and shit. Sure. We gonna come get their asses.
Yes.
Yep. We gonna be. Go ahead.
He said that snare is laid for him. Yeah, like you said. They go underground, not realizing that that's gonna be their grave.
So the whole time they thought that they had Jake in the chokehold, You know, the Lord, he got him in a trick bag, man.
Yep.
You know, through all the things that they done, they thought that this Confederacy, they thought that the trap wasn't for them.
Yeah.
This was to trap them in the judgment, man.
Because, and that's crazy.
You know?
Yep. And this is the trap, but they're gonna try to fight them. That's why you ain't gonna do nothing up there. Most High gonna destroy your ass. The angel gonna destroy your ass. So this is where you're gonna be judged right here. What it say? Then I shall take him down. You're gonna fall, man. So hey, the elites is still here on the come on, man. Go ahead.
It's like if I may, it's like, you know, in the world, in the street world, you out there doing wiki, they be out there selling drugs, selling dope, you know, and the feds, they know about them, but they don't because they want the big fish, so they'll watch this guy, and wait till he get real, get enough status, get enough bread, get enough.
Come on, you
go.
got.
And then they come get his ass.
So
that's the trap.
Yeah.
Same thing with Esau.
Yeah, like you said, they do these target these little trap houses, but you got a big ass warehouse full of drugs and shit, cocaine. Y'all didn't see that shit going in and out.
Mm-hmm.
How could you get that big when you got a big ass warehouse? Come on, man. Hey, what's the name? All them gaudy motherfuckers and them Al Capone, they was in the public eye doing this shit. What did Cat Williams say when he go to the industry? Don't you know it's cocaine? I can see you doing it in front of me, right in front of me. But I thought that was a legal drug. They ain't arrested none of these motherfuckers for that shit. Go ahead.
Verse 11, the rich man's wealth is his strong city.
It's his strong city, because this is a strong city. This is America. It's a strong city. This is his wealth. This is his cash cow. This is the banking system. The elites over there, but they bank through this America. This is the heart. They do transactions and imports and exports through this system.
Yep.
American system. Go ahead.
Yep. And as an high wall in his own conceit.
And as a high wall, because they don't got the wall built. Trump didn't build that wall. He don't got it built. As a high wall, like their stature, how high they done got into their power.
Yep. And that's what's going to get them destroyed, right? So we supposed to be lowly right now, Jake. We ain't supposed to be really coming up like that. Now you can have, consider money a defense. You want to, as Paul say, be between poverty and riches.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get too high up there because this is what's about to happen.
Yeah. Well, what did it say too? It says riches choke the word.
Yep.
And it says, what it say? Many come hurtful lust or whatever.
And it said,
so a lot of like the Jakes when they in the industry, they wanted to make platinum albums and cash money. Next thing you know, they were in dresses and shit. They didn't plan to do that when they was young. They were strong, but they gradually got them into that shit. And next thing you know,
they in that like Spawn was saying. Next thing you know, you in a position of where, like, you're acting like the wicked. And what are the wicked doing? Like I said in James 5:3, you heap treasures for the last days. Yep. You don't want to be that kind of person heaping up all these resources. Yep. That's what the wicked's doing right now.
Hey, a lot of them too. When Jake don't like paying taxes when you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he got to pay millions. He's like, damn, that's what hits him. They took Lauryn Hill to jail for the tax.
Yeah.
I forget what they call it. I don't think it's tax evasion. It's called something else. I don't know. But they took her to jail for that. And we hearing the doom plot, I like that sound, man. Sounds good to my ears, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, every Saturday is the Lord letting us know that the trumpet is blowing, and we out here blowing. We the trumpet.
Yeah.
They think that's the trumpet. We the trumpet. So it's just spiritual, Just every week without fail. Same way with the prophets, man. We out here.
And like you just said, you got Jake. They out here. They want to get a name. They want a name in this kingdom, man.
Yeah.
But right now, Yahawashi got a mark on these noble, these people that's lying eyes. He's got a mark on it. What did Yahawashi say? He said, what is that? Mark
And explain what you mean by name. We know, but explain what you mean by name. They want a name for themselves.
You know, like they want to be somebody.
Yeah, entitlement.
It's not celebrity.
Yeah.
You know, even these these so-called great influencers, man.
Yeah, and that,
you know,
yep.
But you know what? Like Rawchaa said, he said, "What the stars of heaven shall fall." You know, and we seeing that now. You know,
see, that's how the Most High get down. They ain't called stars for nothing, man.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Everything fits Most High's playbook,
and he uses them like when you read in Psalms 10:10, he said that he makes basically Jake Paul by his strong ones. So he takes them and puts them in that position of feeling like they have some type of name for themselves, but really they just court justice, man. They damn clowns, man. They just entertainment for the elites, man. That's it. So Proverbs 18 verse 12, and it reads, "Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty."
Yeah, it says destruction come for a fall. They gonna fall because they haughty as hell. They prideful as hell. And what it say? Thou exalted thyself as the eagle, man.
Because they did their Confederacy and it worked.
Yeah.
So now they talking shit.
And then they kind of plans is coming together, like, you know, they take Jake by the string and puppeteer Jake, and it works. You know, they raise prices, raise taxes, they move Jake to other places. They doing the Trump thing now. I'll forget what it's called. What his brother's calling it. I forget it'll come to me. Might have to look it up. I don't know.
It's like a new phrase instead of Make America Great Again.
No, it's like for them to come in as a law, that it's a new term that for them to come in and you know, FBI that neighborhood.
Oh, basically, yeah. You know, I can't remember what it's called either, but they starting in New York and they going down and they basically militarizing the government, you know, and the police, you know, and when you even read it, for the last 30 years, they ain't even been as violent as it used to be, you know, on the side of Jake, because they really using it for Jake. Yeah. But when you see most of these murders and stuff and all this stuff going, it be Edomites, man. Yeah. Because destruction and mystery is in their ways.
Oh, yeah. And that's why it's good you reminded me of that. They the ones, when the shooters do that, they the ones that's an inside job most of the time. Don't tell me every Christmas it's a shooter and shit.
Yeah,
every Thanksgiving or
every single time.
And he's the same age and shit. High school that got bullied, it's the same story. Come on, man. When you gonna wake up, Jake? Yeah, sometimes I hate talking to Jake because he's just so docile and shit. Like, you don't see this shit, man. Go ahead.
And before honor is humility.
Before honor is humility. That's what it's doing right now.
We're in that state.
They don't want to go through humility. So how they want to be honored?
So that's how we know that time's coming. But Yahawashi has got to be honored first. And just like he said, a lot of people want to name for themselves, but they don't want to remember that, you know, Yahawashi bought us with a price, man. We have a debt to pay that is unpayable to the Most High, man.
Telling you when your father tell you, when he put you on punishment, what they do? They say go to your room. It's a small space. We in small complexes and shit. You know, it's small. Even if you got a big ass America, right? Anywhere you go, you be like, nah, that's private property, sir. Nah, you can't chill at the park. Well, I just, you know, nah, this is a private park or whatever. And then they got them 15-minute cities and shit. You out to zone of those 15-minute cities, they're gonna be like, hey, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I was just going across it. Nah, that's you know, you passed the 15-minute radius and shit. Yeah.
That's so good. This is Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Whose words? You know? Like even going back to Antiochus Epiphanes, when he told the Israelites this and he lied to them, his words were smooth as butter. Those are the same Edomites. They coming, and this is Nero all over again. Trump, same kind of system, same kind of people, the same kind of words. His words were smoother than butter. He promised agreements and made, what do you call them, treaties with the so-called Native Americans, which are our brother, the Gadite. Yep. Yeah, we could work something out. We could take that land, we'll take this land. You can have your families over there, and every Thanksgiving we'll come together.
And then when it get cold, we'll give you some blankets, smallpox in it, and kill you off.
And we'll, if anybody come against you, I know you're peaceful people. Anybody come against you, we got weapons to supply you. No, they didn't supply none. They supplied smallpox. They killed them with the weapons, and they killed the buffalo so they wouldn't, be able to survive.
Yep.
And warm themselves. You can make buffalo coats, and you can make
they can eat them.
Yeah. So they took all that. They called them buffalo soldiers. And you can read about that story. Go ahead.
But so his mouth was smooth and butter, but war was in his heart.
You know how smooth butter is. Most High he ain't no stupid. Slice open a parquet with a knife. That's just smooth as a motherfucker. It don't make no sound. It almost looking like shit. Smoother than butter. Another is what did he say? Words were.
But war was in his heart.
Yeah, war was in his heart. Go ahead.
His words were salted in oil.
Have you touched oil? You know what I'm saying? How soft that is. Oil, ointment, soft as hell, man. That's how he speaks. He speaks as a lamb.
Yeah.
The lamb is the most humble creature on the earth. I ain't never seen a lamb get mad and shit. I ain't never seen him, unless you treat them wrong or whatever.
And that's how a lot of them are. They're gonna act like they're gonna take care of you, but they'll leave you in a position where you're dependent. Yeah. That's how they do it. They make it to where you're dependent. Yeah, they ain't gonna make sure you're okay.
Exactly. They killing more. Pretty sure they got a secret a number system with these hospitals. A year we'll kill this many a year. Going back to the worship of Baal and all that. So when they take you to the hospital, guess what? A lot of our people that pass in the hospital or after going to the hospital, they probably did it. I'm thinking 80 to 90% of the time they did it. Because all they have to do is pull the plug. All they have to do is stick the needle. All they have to do, and then every now and then they come out with somebody that ain't got caught by misinformation or misusing their position or abusing their position or something. That's all fucking folly, man. Tell me how that shit gets on the news. You think this news is live? Everything they put on the news is already been re-edited and shit. Yeah. Ain't nothing live on the news, man. Oh, you'll have somebody in the background. They lying. That's the real news. Or us. Go ahead. Well, sooner or later, they're going to be doing the news with the Israelites in the background. Yeah, a man with a beard and this and that just did this to this person, right? And we're going to be in the background and shit. That's how close we are getting to this thing, man. They get closer and closer. And then, welcome. We on the news and shit.
Oh, me, man.
But they didn't see, but they went wrong. They didn't already have Yahawashi on the news. They had his name, remember? They had his name on the news, man. And it was written in red, blood. Yahawashi. So y'all put y'all now, not now, it's been, but y'all know his name. Y'all letting the world know y'all know about Yahawashi. And y'all dreading, that's why y'all had it in red, because y'all dread that. And what did it say? In Yahawashi's letters in the scriptures is written in red. That means something's going down. That's alert. You need to really listen, pay attention. Something's going down. So his coming is red. He said, behold, I come quickly. As I come as a thief in the night, man. So you should have listened to those words. Now it's coming. Now we're at the surface of this thing. We're at the end of this thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, were they drawing swords?
They were drawing swords, military might, police action, SWAT teams, FBI agents, what else they call them? Insurgents or whatever. Go ahead. So that's a part of their tactical methods to operating in these and then they got zone improvement plan that people think is just a zip code. That means we're improving our zones. The Edomites are saying this is what 90210 Beverly Hills, this is where they live. So whenever you have a code like this or a zip code like this, or even when Snoop Dogg came out 213, the 323 and all that, they know those are kind of like, all right, stay away from, you know what I'm saying? Those are Jake neighborhoods and shit. You know, those are some of the ghettos, and you know, so they gentrifying things, you know, numbering things, labeling things. That's what they do with everything. A product. That's why you use a product of your environment. They do that with the food that we eat. Everything has a barcode. Everything has a number. You got an ID. You got a number. You go to jail. You got a number. You got a phone. You got a phone number. So we're in a numeric system. It's a numeric system. So the number of the beast, who can count the number of the beast? He is wisdom. So he goes by a numeric system tied into the economic
So
system.
he's trying to act like the Most High. He's trying to number everything.
Yeah.
And it said, you know, like we know in Hosea 1:10, you can't number Israel. It's impossible.
Yeah. He got censorship too when they go around, see how many people in the house.
Yep.
So when they come out with these draconian laws, guess what? Like we watched what happened on Monday.
Yeah.
We had the thinner and all that. When you couldn't have more than two children, you couldn't have more than one child or whatever. So they're gonna start decreasing these homes and shit. Then you're gonna be like, well, we got 5 children. Well, y'all got them where your husband can leave and he can take 2 of the children, and you can take 2, and your auntie can watch this one. They're gonna break up the families, man. And they already doing that with the land tribes. Guess who's next? Judah. Because what Most High removed Judah, Israel out of sight, the northern kingdom out of sight, and then came Judah. Judah always comes next.
Every time.
You know, it's getting close. Like, because when Judah falls, everybody falls. Hey, we say Jacob's trouble, everybody gonna be affected by Jacob's trouble. Go ahead.
You know, and you know, this truth is the only thing that we have hope in.
Yep.
To know, even though we're troubled on every side, we're not distressed because we have the understanding of why we're here, man, and what's about to happen.
This is always mention FEMA zones.
Yep, the FEMA zones. Yep, the 10 FEMA zones going into. You know, that's scripture.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and
might get it later.
Yeah, come on.
Might get it in a while.
Yep. And think about Hurricane Katrina. Where they right up on that was orchestrated, man. Come on, he gonna write FEMA. He ain't gonna no nigga. He was down with the feds and shit or whatever. Ain't no nigga gonna write FEMA on the top of the building where the cameras can pick it up, you know. And then there's one lady, she wrapped herself in an American flag and shit. Oh, see, they love this shit. It's like a Truman Show. They love the Most High. He's the author. He's the top movie maker. They want to be like the Most High. Everything's a movie. Everything's a script with them.
Yep.
All right, so we got that disaster over with. You know, let's go to the next disaster and see what's on the list. But yeah, go ahead.
It's 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8.
And we can even you can even mention what FEMA means and all that if we get to it.
Okay.
Most I will. Yeah. So you got FEMA as one of them. You got ISIS. What's another American organization that disguised himself as or that's connected to the federal system? The other one, it's another CIA, FBI. You got another one I'm thinking about. DARPA,
Yeah.
and they always got their operations and something else, but FEMA is one of them. Well, go ahead.
It's it stands for Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Yep. Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Yep.
Oh, kind. Okay.
So basically, they manage disasters because most of the disasters created by them. You know, because just like this system, what we'll
get another scripture. If that brother, we'll get that other scripture if it ties into it. But we got you, brother, on the comment board. Go ahead.
Yeah, that does. It does.
Yeah.
All right, this is Psalm chapter 38, verse 12. They also that seek after my life.
Yeah, they seek after our life. They seeked after. You got you gonna tell me John the Baptist wasn't our people? You got Peter and Paul and them, and they was high under life-threatening situations all the time, imprisonment, stripes, stonings and all that. You think Edom are gonna do all that to his own people? Now we always say he don't care about it, but he has a different way he move about how he present things. He ain't gonna do that, especially in the public. If Yahawashi was a so-called white man, they wouldn't have crucified in public. If anything, they would have been like, "What are you doing? Put it to the side. What are you doing?" That's, He was a so-called black man, just like the rest of our people, and they seek our life any kind of way, reporting us, setting us up, blaming us, taking us to military, sacrificing us, all that shit. Go ahead.
They seek out, they desire life. They want to be Jay.
Yeah.
They know what we have. They know what benefits we receive.
And also when people wake up and they start comparing, they be like, wait a minute. Every time I see y'all, I see them. And every time y'all mention y'all pain, they mention their pain. And every time, y'all going to equal right or reparations, they're talking about reparations. Something's up. So who's the real Jew? We already know that answer. Go ahead, though.
Start back. They also that seek after my life lay snares for me.
Yeah, lay snares. The military lay snares. The operations that they do, they lay snares. The cops lay snares. Okay, you got some decent cops out there. Men are gonna be men. Some cops, they when they stop you, they got families too. They got they got children too. So they can kind of relate. That don't mean they're good people overall. They just relate to a situation. But they lay snares. They do lay snares for us, man. And they got satellites up there. They key in our homes, watch us, they monitor us.
When you right with the Lord, He'll make them at peace with you.
Yeah,
more than others.
Yeah. Yeah, Esau was our brother. We give him that. He's our brother in the room. It ain't like we don't know the dude. We grew up together.
He just threw.
Yeah, we laughed together and shit. Jacob and Esau, they laughed and shit. They probably every time Esau went out to the honey, they pops, baby. But then Most High said, put him on some strict duties for Isaac.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And they that seek my heart speak mischievous things.
Oh, seek my heart.
Seek my hurt.
My hurt.
Yep. And they that seek my hurt.
They seek our hurt, man. They want us hurt. Even physically and mentally. They want to mentally us hurt. When you go back, like Jake be like, you know what I'm saying? He got up on himself. He's doing good. He a little money, he make a little money. Then he visit his family, and then his family fussing, and they in ghettos. He's like, damn, man, I used to live here like 5 years ago. And he gets to see it from his outside now. It hurts him, man. Like, damn, we all fucked up, man. They got us fucked up. And he see the difference and shit, man. And he see the difference when he gets stopped by the cops. Like he's still under that, what do you say, call it scrutiny, or that supervision, or that watch, big brother's watching. But it ain't as bad, because he got money now. But he still see the poverty of people that hurts him, man. And they'll still hurt him too. They'll still hurt him too. Go ahead.
Speak mischievous things.
They speak mischievous things, man. Mischievous things. They speak, man. Even through their law. It ain't just verbally, it's through their law. That's a mischievous thing. When they down the man, they say, oh, yeah, he act like he was coming against me and he was talking with authority, but then they letting these sodomites run around and shit. That's like, what the fuck, man? And they got rights for them. So you got the units of this American enforcers or whatever.
Yep.
They protect the wicked. They protect the wicked, man. And they come against the just. Go ahead.
And imagine deceits all the day long.
Oh. You wonder what they doing now. You ever call? You wonder what your people doing and shit. What y'all doing over there? You don't have to ask about that Esau. They doing mischievous things all day. They doing deceitful taxes all day. You catch them, on the tap and shit. You can tap in. Every time you tap in, yeah, so what are we going to do with the Negroes? Tap in again. Yeah, so we're going to think about bombing Iran and all that. Tap in again, sanctions on it. Tap again. We're going to move the ghettos over to where we used to live. So we're going to gentrify it and all that. Every time you tap in that phone, they're going to be speaking mischievous, like they never finished the conversation.
Yep.
Go ahead.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8.
What our people, they doing the very opposite. What you doing? This shit, smoking and shit, you know? Just chilling, smoking a blunt, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get some boxing and shit. Like, damn, you ain't even thinking about a skill and then, like, you ain't thinking about a business or whatever. Go ahead.
It's 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8. And it reads, we are troubled on every side.
We troubled on every side, man. That's why the Most High did that. Now look, now we in the inner cities, right? That's what most Jake is. They got us surrounded, besieged again, like back in Jerusalem. Sound familiar? They're gonna starve us out. They starving us out with AI. That ain't real food. They rather feed you with AI than real food and shit. Man, I didn't eat yet. Well, just be glad that you got exposure to this new system we got. What?
Yep.
Yeah. You might get a hardcore package thrown at you with beans in there and some water, and you got your what they call them, amenities and shit. You got your coffee, and you got your little shit like in a hotel and shit. They already got the ironing board for you, a little TV and cable and shit, and you get to look out the window and shit, and the shower and shit. That's all you get. They ain't got no fancy shit up in there because really. Yeah, for one man, that's all you need. But we're talking about a nation, man. We're not talking about one people. Y'all think individual. That's what gets y'all fucked up. Now, when y'all say together as a people, y'all don't make that sense because y'all still believe in individuality. I got my own way. Nah, man. Go ahead.
Yet not distressed.
Not yet distressed. Go ahead.
We are perplexed.
Yet not distressed. Go ahead. We are perplexed. Go ahead.
Just not distressed because we have the truth.
Yeah.
This is the only thing that's keeping us from being to a position where this trauma is making us basically overindulge in pleasure, man.
Yeah.
They're saying not to even get a woman for pleasure. You're supposed to get her. She's supposed to put in work with you. Yeah? Well, we're on a mission right now.
Yeah, it says desire her not for pleasure. So everybody got a lot, and everybody got a job to do in Israel.
Yeah,
it's
time to build, man.
Little Janet Jackson said in the when they asked her as a child, they said, "What? Hey, you seem to?" She said, "Everybody works in the Jackson family." Like this shit, Joe waiting for the other baby to come. You better start walking, and you better start learning history. You better do something. Play them tambourine or something, a clarinet. You better learn and shit, so you won't be looking like stupid and stuck out. Like, what can you do? I don't know. Oh, so you the leecher, huh? All your family's out on the road performing and shit. You at home watching them and shit. What the fuck do you good for and shit?
Mm-hmm.
They gonna outcast you as a Jackson fan.
Yep.
Go ahead. So that's the Most High thing too. Like you ain't putting in no work. You ain't doing no. What are you good for? Go ahead.
We are perplexed. But not in despair.
Not in despair, though. Despair, that word comes from desperate, man. You don't want to become desperate. To where you'll do anything for you, like, you know what I'm saying? Or any change.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of those artists out there, they're desperate for money. So they'll be like, something that they ain't never did before. They'll be like, yeah, let me go ahead and do it because I need money. I don't want to depend on that. Instead of being under a man that's, you know what I'm saying, supervision, a man that ruling the house, they'd rather go out there and get ruled by a pimp. And he slapped them out more than she got one slap. She got one slap one time in a whole 20 years of being with her husband. But she'll be with a pimp every day that slaps her ass every day. She'd rather be under him, man. Come on, man. Make some sense out of this shit, man. called mathematics.
Sense,
Yeah.
man.
It's called mathematics on the right side. Go ahead.
Verse 9, persecuted but not forsaken.
We're not forsaken, because Most High said He will help us. He will plead for His elect. He will honor His elect, respect His elect. We got help by the angels. The angels are helping. You just don't know. They're in the spiritual realm. They helping. They said, Lord, you want me to go out and give him a job? Let's wait a little bit, see how he does. You know what I'm saying? Sharpen him up a little bit. You be like, mad as hell. Man, I can't get a job, Lord. And then you wait a little bit longer, and then, Lord, he's like, go ahead and give him a job.
Yeah, because we in captivity. He gonna give you a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
We in captivity. You gonna work, Jake.
You gonna work.
That's what we here for.
And see, Jake wants the right kind of job. Ain't no such thing as the right kind of job, man. That's almost saying, I want to, Lord, you gonna put us in captivity. Can you put us in a good captivity? It's captivity, man.
Even running your own business is tough.
Yeah.
Oh, like you're just like
that's why Jake fell at it, because
you
know what? They never told. That's another thing. They don't never tell you how to run a business.
You gotta go through all these steps and learn stuff and fail here and then blow money right there. So like, I didn't even need that.
And then when you watch a tutorial of how business is ran,
yeah, man,
you gotta you know what I'm saying? And then you're like, oh, fuck, I didn't know it was all that. Fuck
and,
it.
And then by the time you finally get it running, now they talking about you gotta have an LLC, you gotta do this, you gotta have your commerce, then you gotta go online.
Jake just say, let me just get on the podcast.
Just put a table out here and just put some rocks on there. And that's all I want to do. Y'all doing too much, man.
You gotta pay your employees. Worry about them lawsuits. They're putting a lawsuit on you.
Oh man,
let your ass dealing food and shit.
I get an LLC. All do is selling rocks, man.
Like I said before, let your ass run a business and you got a Karen that say, "Oh, it was something in my food. You tried to poison me. Your old business gone."
And that's what they trying to do. They trying to entice Jake to make a name for himself, so you can fail miserably, Jake. Yep. The only way we have success is doing this work, man.
Yep. Oh yeah,
believing in the Most High, man.
Well, they say you got two ways out of here. Well, the preacher always said death, or selling drugs and death or jail.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it was set up for. Because when you sell drugs to make more money, because it makes more sense to you. Like, damn, this could pay all my bills. I'm in debt, and I got my woman complaining about me making money. Let me sell a little bit of drugs, and then you go to jail because of that.
Now you're in a worse situation.
Then you say, Then you say, well, let me play a little college football, a little basketball, college basketball. Shit, you start being too good, Esau gonna pick you up. Let's give you a scholarship. Next thing you know, you like LeBron and all them that is sold out. So it ain't no way out of this shit.
You start making money.
Yep.
Yeah, they gonna offer you one of them doors, man. We talked about it. They gonna tell you one of them doors.
You know, that's when that so-called white man become a leprechaun. He just appear out of nowhere. Have you ever decided to take your desires to another level as far as basketball and NFL? We got a scholarship for you. We heard that they send you that in the mail, and they said, well, we can stop by and talk to you.
Yep.
Like that Boys in the Hood thing when they stopped to talk to Craig. I mean, what's his name? His brother.
And they entice you, and they entice you with the movies. They'll have they'll have it look like it's a family dinner when they got them coming through, and they'll sit down with the mom, and it looks like it's real loving, and Esau just really wants to see Jake make it. You know,
and that's crazy. You said that because remember, it used to be the movies, right?
Yeah,
that influenced you. Now they got influencers like people, stars and celebrities and shit, rappers and shit. You got a rapper talking about, I think the Mark of the Beast. You know what I'm saying? My next album is called The Mark of the Beast, but it ain't talking about what GMS is talking about or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, GMS, it ain't, but it means money over these bitches. MOTB.
Yeah, you got props sitting over there looking at him like, I can't believe you did.
You know what I'm saying?
Duh.
See? That's why I gotta come quick. Behold, I come quickly. It's like, no, you didn't, man. No, you didn't.
Yeah, he gonna sit on the back of the cover. He looking like this and smile with 2 thumbs. Dumb man. That's what Jacob, man. Jacob do anything for a damn dollar out here, man. He don't want to suffer with his people, man. Yeah. You see, you gonna have to suffer, man. There ain't no way out of it. But like we said, man, we like I say, we in straits, but we not distressed, man. because we got the best thing coming to us.
Yeah, you think Lil Uzi was going around with a Lil Uzi and shit? Like, don't you name yourself after, you know what I'm saying? Like Mac 10, you know, he used to really carry a Mac 10. I mean, you know, not specifically, but he was a gangster. Like Lil Uzi and shit.
At the end of the day, you know, all these people, you know, were just basically meant for Jake to fail. Yeah. The prophets is the only thing that's set up for our people to have any kind of decency before the Lord returns, man.
That's why it's called projects. It's a project that they're working on for you Negroes. Go ahead.
Yep. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9, persecuted.
But they got they just real quick, they got operations.
Yep.
So Operation Project, Operation Negro, they probably got all that shit in the secrets and shit.
Yeah.
Operation Keisha and shit.
Yeah, Operation Keisha, Operation Nigga Man.
Yeah.
They got all that in there. All in the drawers in it.
Yeah. And remember how Jake was complaining? Jake was trying to put 2 and 2 together when Hurricane Katrina came out. They said that's the only hurricane that's named after a black woman. They took all them black niggas out. You know?
Man.
So they be doing that shit for real.
Yep.
They got video games that Ku Klux Klan beat niggas' ass. Or they had that game of the cops beating Rodney King's ass. That's a video game and shit. That's what them scientists got. And they use that on their leisure time. That's just for them to be having fun and shit. But they do that too. Go ahead.
Verse 9, persecuted but not forsaken.
Not forsaken. Most High said, I will not forsake the old Jerusalem that call upon me. Mm-hmm. And that's talking about the elect, because that's the only ones that's calling on the Most High. Mm-hmm. When you call out Jesus, you're not calling on the Most High and His Son. Yep. If you call just God, then you're not calling on the Most High and His Son. No. Go ahead.
Cast down, but not destroyed.
Cast down. And what did it say? Have Most High cast away His people? God forbid.
Right.
We're cast down, but not what? What did it say?
Not destroyed.
Not destroyed.
You know, so that's how you know we're not these small hats over there, man. Because they ain't cast down. They got a whole damn military. They got damn military drone protection system, man.
They got the Iron Dome. They got the what's the other called?
They got the Golden Dome
coming here,
and that makes sense. He would call it the Golden Dome because it's Babylon the Great.
It's the Golden Cup, the city, the Golden City. How has that Golden City ceased?
Come on, man.
Babylon has been a Golden Cup in the Most High's hand. See, that's how great the Most High is. When he operate by things, he look at a whole nation as a woman. He look at a whole land as a cup. He look at a whole slavery as a cup, a portion of your cup. He look at the lake of fire as this a whole America being on fire. That's how that's why he said man's thoughts are not his. Man don't think like that. Go ahead.
Verse 10, always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahawashi.
That's it.
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just didn't want to not finish it out. Okay, let me go ahead.
Yeah, Lord Yahawashi, that the life also of Yahawashi might manifest in our body.
Yep.
And that's what they want to do. Get in our, it said in our body, right?
Yeah.
That's where they want to put the MOTB in our body. It says he goes, how can he put Christianity in the body? How could he put sin in the body? We already Paul said it's sin that dwells in me. It's already in our body.
How you gonna go into the store and use Christianity to buy a bottle of water?
Yeah.
That don't make no sense, man.
I'm
going there with a white woman. Oh, I forgot I'm a white woman. I can't buy nothing today.
Or a Christian card.
Man,
I got my Christian card. I got a cross on though.
Yeah.
That work? Yeah, sure.
I got double C's
at
the house. I gotta go back to the house. Like, nah,
I can sing a Christian song. They're gonna be like, all right, you one of us, get out of here.
I'll tap dance for you. Yeah. All right, let him in.
He said, you got that, you sung that Christian song, but you missed that one word. Okay, I'll get it right the next time. Get out of here. He's such a kidder.
And that's what they gonna do. That's what they gonna do.
That MOTB, man. They want it inside you. And they, like I said, them German scientists, they think technocracy. So they're the Jewish people. They think like that. So they're not, that's a part of their makeup of who they are as Jewish people. Them Temanites talks about them, the wives of Teman. So they're not thinking no Christianity. Yeah. That's too low for them. They thinking technocracy. They thinking digital. They thinking science, Neuralinks.
Yeah. That they use plantation Christianity to keep Jake in a, like we said, in a depressed state.
Yo,
Because it said that, you know, how can somebody be ready for the battle with an uncertain sound, man?
Yep.
And
the Christians ain't using that.
They're not using that. That's so if you're a spiritual person, you're gonna be depressed hearing that shit, man.
Yep.
It ain't gonna work for you.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
You're gonna be down here feeling like you need something else to depend on, man, and that's why they use that stuff, man.
Did they use Christianity to come against the Latinos? Saying, we're a Christian state, so because that was a big move right there. That was a big ass move, man. Breaking up families, deporting, and all that. They had all the protests out there. Mm-hmm. You know, the protesters and all that.
And you see, it don't even matter.
Mm-hmm.
The protest is basically paid by Esau and them, and to crack down more on that.
And now go out there. Not one sign that they said we are Christians, just like the Americans. Let us our families alone.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the MOTB is hidden. They work on that secretly, so people don't think that's the MOTB because they don't really share that information. But what the Most High said, the hidden things shall be sought up. They should be revealed. That's a revelation, and that's a revealing, and that revelation being revealed. That means it was covered up at first, and it's going to be revealed.
Yep.
Christianity was never covered up. They had that on the broadcast. That's the first major religions in all across the world.
Yeah, you can put on CBN, and motherfuckers 24/7. Motherfucker ain't never off.
You got pastor this, deacon that, reverend that. You got the Edomite Christians. You got the black Christians.
Pastor Shirley.
You got Pastor Shirley. You got Muslim Christians. You got Elamite Christians and shit.
Pastor Shirley.
Yeah. Shirley in there. Pastor Shirley in there.
Boy, up there talking about they got my new butter biscuit miss for all Sunday.
Big Shirley.
Big Shirley up there. Big Pastor Shirley up there with the
passing out donuts in the morning
and biscuits
and biscuits in the evening.
Talking about the Lord is good.
Yep. All right, man. All right. Good all the time.
All right. He ain't never gonna come try us. He just always good. All right.
So what happened to the disciples? The apostles, the elders back then.
Yeah. Where was they at?
Yeah. The Most High, he said he was rough with his own people. What about that? Oh man.
Yeah. It said
about his own son.
Yeah. It said Judges 2:14. He was hot against Israel. You know how Jake say he hot up? That's Jake right there, man. Talking. He said he was hot against Israel and gave us over to our enemy. He gave us over to the enemy, man.
They said we are in this captivity every day. To this day. So he can say we in La La Land and this, bro.
Okay, man. Trouble coming. Yeah. Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience.
That's the word of Most High patience. That's the saints. That's the elect. And we always say, hopefully, right? We say, hopefully we'll do it to the end. We don't put a we got cherries on a garment as the representation of what the Most High says that the elect is going to call him, and we still hope that we are part of that.
Yep. Because really, the garments and stuff, those in those days were schoolmasters. Okay, basically to remind us to keep the law and keep the word and remember the Lord. But now we have that in us through Yahawashi. But these things we do. Well, rehearse the righteous acts. We get ready for the wedding.
Never heard of a prophet entering into the domain of a city. Let me see that their fringes. Hold them up. Okay, you're an Israelite. Come in. And you can't trust nobody because they got fringes on. It's the inward man.
So I sit back there with a Glock 45 in his back pocket with the fringes on. So nah, it's all in the spirit.
And it's say try friend. And see if they go with you. A mouth paraphrasing.
Yep.
And if you live next to eat them long enough, it'll come out. Karen will come out. Just give it time. The train is never late. The nigga with the ER, that's never late.
That's how I said. He'll act like he's a friend, but at the end, he'll declare his wickedness, man. Yep. He'll show you that he's a thief. Yep. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Yeah, that's MOTB coming back. Because us being in a failed society, What did it say? And even in the scriptures, when our curses, it said, "Your eyes shall fail along of your children." You know, when you see our people on TV and the net and the networks and the platforms, TikTok, YouTube, and you see the red dress run and all that, you see a failed people, man. And you like, well, what's the lifeline in this? You know, how to be an elect, like how to be a millionaire. I need a lifeline, Lord. I need to. Let me call a hopeful elect man. Maybe he could give me some advice of what the answer is. What's the answer to what is the MOTB? I need a lifeline. And we got the lifeline.
Which shall come upon all the world.
All the world. They implemented that over in Sweden. They implemented that. Watch. Why did you hit all these countries?
Yeah, we just seen in Mexico. You already got the forefront of Bill Gates. He basically the Mexican government. They basically went to him and said, "Hey, we agree with you. We want to basically digital IDs for everybody, digital imprint. They want all the stuff. So when they do give you the MOTB, then all your information's there already. So that's what they doing. They setting they're patenting everybody to put you on it. So that's where we're at right now.
They checking for new IDs.
Yeah. New ID. You know they got our DNA and stuff, man. Right when we was born, and then something happened when somebody died. And they talk about we looking to see the DNA. Say, y'all already got all the DNA. You got to figure that shit out in a couple of days, man. And because they fuck on people's shit, man. They tampering people's shit, man.
And if they do another, well, which they will do some kind of major event that's going to be chaotic and all that, you're just gonna be a new person. They don't know who you are. You could be from Afghanistan. You could have lived there. They gonna still want that new ID. They still want that MOTB, and they don't know you from shit. Well, I've been in America for all my life. Well, we don't know that, sir. It's been spies coming in here.
Yep.
It's been insurgents. It's been sleeping cells and shit.
Yep. So to be a part of society, you're gonna have to allow them to change your DNA to get us, because we're the temple.
Yep.
He's trying to get us. That's the only way he think he can get inside the temple, man.
Because it said he as profane as he saw measured outside the temple, so he's trying to get inside the temple with that MOTB. Go ahead.
Which shall come upon all the world.
Hey, you don't need with Christianity. Jake is so tied into Christianity, you don't have to do shit to get inside that temple and shit. You know, you could go to church anytime you want to.
Yep.
You can just sit in there and you be like, he's like, who are you? I've been coming here for 10 years, Pastor. You got a big 10,000 member church. It don't take none to be a member of that to get inside that temple. But with us, you can't get inside the temple, man.
Yeah.
You know, GMS, you can't get inside the temple. You know, it's hard to get inside the temple. So that's who he's targeting, man.
It's hard to get inside it and stay in it.
Yeah.
You got to be a very special type of man to be able to do that, man.
Yep.
To endure to the end and keep your integrity, man.
Yeah.
That's why it's like that. You know, the Lord is very serious about his men. You know,
when they just mentioned one more thing about the Matrix, because we kind of going into it. How many people was on the Matrix, the first Matrix? Like 2 people in the ship, in the Nebuchadnezzar ship. There was only like 6 of them. They wasn't worried about the whole world and shit. And then when they went into the Matrix, they wasn't trying to save the whole world. They was just trying to save Zion. Yep. You know, that the hopeful elect and shit. The elect that was already, back at the other ship.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we ain't supposed to try to save all Israel, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
To try them that dwell upon the earth.
All that try them that dwell upon the earth. Because everybody, they have even those Confederate states, Confederate people, South 83, they still work together, right? Then you got the BRICS. You got Brazil, China, India, Britain, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, and all that. So if they got this system of this economic power, you know, and that's the whole world involved in shit. That's pretty much all these nations involved. So they're gonna, if they agree on this one currency, it's gonna go all across the world. It ain't gonna be nobody else having their own currency.
Basically, they trying to set up the reset up the Confederacy to keep Jake down, because Russia, they Edomites too. They just go, they want to be running, they want to make sure these Babylonian Edomites over here get took down so they can keep that Confederacy system going. They the same way, man. It's the same way over there.
And these bricks ain't talking. That C in bricks don't stand for Christianity.
That's why I talked about like there's one scripture in Revelation talk about neither one in the hand. So that's why you got over there, they driving with the left side of the car. So they probably have them in their left hand, you know. They're like, oh, it's you know, everything in the east is backwards. It's really forward. And it's backwards over there.
In another scripture say in their hands.
That's the one,
so it could be both hands.
Yeah, it could be
either hand. And then that Neuralink that they push, you know. Why did that Neuralink come up anyway? What did Neuralink got to do with anything running the country and shit? All of a sudden you got Elon Musk popping out of nowhere, so to speak. Talk about the Neuralink, what you got to do with your brain activity and your brain neuro what do they call it? Neural system, the neural it got something to do with the nervous system, DNA and all that.
Yeah.
You know? So why is he talking about these things, man?
Right when Trump came in, right? You know, we believe he emperor Nero in the past. So like that's that Nero, like,
and Apostle Elder got a whole bunch of comparatives and parallel you know, dynamics that you can look into yourself that prove that he's more likely to be Nero than none.
Oh yeah. You know, and that's the system that he's setting up. He's taking this down for his campaign and for to create a new Rome. Yeah. That's what Nero wanted to do in that day. He sacked Rome and burnt it down and blamed it on Jake. Yeah. Who do you think they're gonna blame? Who do you think they blame it on today? All the civil unrest and all the Jake lazy. He don't want to work it. Everything Jake fault, man.
Really, now it's spiritual. He's spiritually burning Rome right now.
Oh, he is. Yep.
With all
jacking up the
economy, jacking up the economy. Even those the fires that they said it was purposely set.
Yeah, we $37 trillion in debt over here, man. Yeah. It just passed that 37 trillion now. When that happened, everybody else said we ain't giving no more money to Israel. I don't get a day. Something got to change. Yeah. Because this ain't working out, man. We just going further in debt.
Oh, you got the homelessness. Now he's taking in arresting homeless people. That's burning, man. This place is on burning spiritually, man. And now it's gonna burn on manifestation. All those things shall be manifested. Go ahead. We can get to some articles after this too. Let's see if people others don't have
get a couple. I got a couple of them that I had. There's a lot of floods that had happened in the recent, but I want to grab something else. It's been a lot of floods. Yeah. A lot of people died from floods, man. Yeah. Recently, a lot of people been dying from floods.
And they also have set up, just like Hurricane Katrina, when our people got a little savvy and they started knowing that they broke the levees themselves, the way the flood. So they got kind of like different things set up on the ground where they could trigger things for the water to come in. It's almost like, like a sinkhole or, like removing the ground and letting the, what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like the water to come in. They got, what I'm saying? It's almost like you open up a door or something, the water come in.
The dam?
Yeah, the dams, the levees and all that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they did Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
So they could just purposely flood places.
Yeah.
So it don't even have to be a storm coming in, rain and all that. It could just be he could just do something and the water come from somewhere and shit. It's the weather manipulation, all that. You know, and the Most High gave this devil, he gave him a good seat, a high seat, you know, where he able to do a few things, you know. But he ain't able to pass his boundary. So don't get too excited. He can't pass his boundary, man. Go ahead.
Got some out? You know, we know that Trump just went down there trying to do basically a ceasefire with Putin, and you know, dealing with what's going on in Ukraine and whatnot, and in Russia. And you know, they make it seem like they had an agreement or whatever, but they not, man. Because you even got over there in Ukraine, Zelensky, he was claiming that he ain't gonna take no ceasefire. It's too much damage been done, man. Yeah. It's too much damage been done. The World War III is about to pop off, man. Too much damage has been done. Yeah, you know. So you know that's kind of what's been going on in the works.
And they said that too. Other people, right? It says even Nebuchadnezzar said that, and no one can stay the Most High's hand. You can't turn back what the Most High wants to happen. You can't even convince men. You can write a letter. You could do a negotiation. You could talk for hours. But the king, the heart of the king is in the Most High's hand. He's still gonna have that decision.
You know, we talked about earlier. Trump he's militarizing the government. He said he's gonna start in New York. He's going down. I seen videos of Edomites bloodied up, man. They out there and he letting them be brutal. And he also allowing other nations' police force to come in here and hire them as mercenaries because they don't give a fuck about Babylonians, American people. Yeah. So he wants to bring that force. So you know, people in that through that despair say, okay, well, you know, you can be recognized as an American citizen, you know, if you take the MOTB, because now they got it to where if you 18 to 24, I think 22 or 26, I think 24. If you don't sign up for the draft, they said that you ain't gonna be able to get no grants, no loans, none of that kind of stuff. And it said if applicable, you won't be a U.S. citizen. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna deport your ass, man. You know. Then you got like we said, 48 different states of Europe. The whole Council of Europe said they are not giving no more money to them small hats, man. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Even Germany, one of the 10 horns of the beast system, is saying we're not giving them no money either. That's them turning on America.
And I believe too that when they pulled that Nazi thing, that was in the soil of America, right? On the soil of America, Nazi group.
Oh, the Nazi group? No, that was over there. It was over there but I feel like a lot of them, a lot of them, they got, that was like a new one, but a lot of them is in here too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I think they displayed that because they got sleeper cell units. That operate on that level too as Nazis. So that's a part of them too. That's crazy. I was just gonna say that. They sleeper cell units. And they're gonna send a lot of. So what did I say too? They're gonna send a lot of these Russians over here, and these, especially our women, they're gonna be like, "No, I got a baby." They ain't gonna understand that shit. What up, follow the top and second? They gonna be.
And they've had some times where they have Nazis marching in the streets. Throughout America and whatnot. So, they gonna use them to come down on wrath on Jake too, man.
Yeah, remember we saw that military tank, that military vehicle. They could be just coming in just by the numbers, the sleeper cell units, ready for Jake to try to rebel because Jake is fed up. He's fed up with this system, so they waiting. Go ahead.
So that's kind of the main things. Most of it's just been floods, man. Yeah, over there in Pakistan.
Yeah, they even had a few earthquakes too. They even had several earthquakes in California. And tsunami scared. They had that one big one in Russia. I think that was an 8 point or something.
Yep. And what's crazy is only one person died in that. And the last time it happened, only one person died in that. And I'll show you that the Lord will make a whole damn side of the earth shake just to get one person out of here, man. Just to get your ass. So you better make sure that, you're right with Bahasham Yahawashi. You ain't got to take out a whole bunch of people. You can just pull up on your ass. Like for real, with shake the whole earth around it. Nobody died but you. Yeah. Fell in some pit somewhere. So hey,
And a lot of disappearance of these women are happening. They walk down the street at night and they go on missing. They got the bring our girls home organizations. They got last year she was seen on the bus and all that. And it's more of that happening because it's less. It's called. I think it's part of the purge too. Like you know that they say they never caught the criminal. They don't really give a fuck no more of catching the criminal. So that's part of that purge. Like yeah, no more Negroes need to drop and shit. We ain't looking for no criminals. As long as they did it to themselves. I think every Jake gets locked up for killing another Jake. They would let it go, and that's the family complain about it. But that's a part of their agenda anyway. So they don't care. They got a whole missing child. Now it's called Atham. It's the one called Atham. It was Amber. Now it's called Atham. I forget what is Atham consist of. What is that? Yeah, Atham. Atham alert. Look that up right quick. We'll sort of close up. But see how they look at it go. You know, these are biblical times, man. These are spiritual times. Why they call it Atham? You know. Trump trying to put Bible back in school.
Saying it's basically in the memory of the memory of a little boy named Adam Walsh, a 6-year-old who was abducted and murdered. There's that 6.
Yeah.
Abducted and murdered to help locate missing children quickly.
Yeah.
So they probably took that boy and sacrificed him. Yeah. Named it after that. Yeah. And now we just all these missing children. We just gonna do it in memory of him.
Because they sacrificing Molech.
Yeah, man, they doing that stuff. I was riding up to do my little gym business yesterday, and my Lyft driver was talking, and he was going in. Remember, he was talking about over there in Mexico, they'll use that obsidian, and they just sacrifice stuff goes deep, especially with the northern tribes too. They be doing that stuff.
Oh yeah,
man. Yeah. You know how they played on that movie, The Road to El Dorado, and they playing that little hip game where they get the ball through the hoop. Well, the winning team, they never tell you about this. The winning team, they take you up to the mountain and they cut you open your chest with the obsidian and rip your heart out and eat it, man.
Oh yeah.
That's the stuff and they felt honored doing that kind of stuff, man.
And you alive while they doing it.
And you alive while they doing it,
and
man.
Some people were alive when the heart was still coming out of it.
They would have been bad as hell. They would have said, man, that black boy that lost for 30 years ain't never won a game. Man, I ain't be bad. Hey man, I got a dislocated hip. I can't play today. Like that's how deep sacrificial and he talked like it was normal, like it wasn't a big deal or nothing. Like he was just talking like, yeah, it's what we like, it's cool, bro. Like that's how he was talking. You remember he was talking to like it was nothing. He was just random people you meet. Yeah, we just used to, my family used to cut your heart out, eat your heart out, which that's how
that was a turn.
And that's what
heart out, Larry.
That's what we said. You women out there, man. That's why we tell you, man. You got to get serious, just like us. We got to get serious because it's coming to that time where that Jacob's trouble when it happened, man. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be no more romance, lovey-dovey stuff, and it shouldn't be like that right now. Because these women, the only reason why they're gonna want to be with us is because they don't got no other choice.
Yes.
So and Eve, ever since the dawn of time, if she had one other choice than us, she gonna pick that, man. Yep. Any of these women, they got one other choice other than us, they gonna pick that. So don't be coming there with that lovey-dovey shit. Yep. Whenever the time come down, don't be coming like, I love you now. No, do what the fuck I tell you to fucking do. We're trying to get out of here.
Remember that perverse gonna put a perverse spirit on these people?
Yeah, man.
What they're gonna start doing, I believe too. Speaking as a man though, they're gonna, instead of the birthday parties, they're gonna start sacrificing. They already do it, but they're gonna start like kind of like openly doing it. Like, on like them YouTube videos and shit or the TikTok videos. He took them out on TikTok, live TikTok, or she was taken out on her birthday on live TikTok. They're gonna start doing that because TikTok is kind of like a secret underground. Even though you can go to it, it's kind of it underplays YouTube. So it's kind of like, damn, is this really going on? It's kind of like overshadowed by YouTube. So they're gonna put a lot just like the dark web. That's the thing. Why haven't they shut the dark web down? You can still go to that motherfucker. So they're gonna start doing this, and the more and more it's gonna start surfacing and yeah.
And that's why we tell you, you got to get out of that Roman mindset. Talking about honeymoons and stuff. We don't do all that, man. Because if you keep being like that, when the time comes, your house shot come around, you're gonna be ashamed of your house shot. So we got all these ideologies. We can't be doing nothing like these people, man. We gotta step back.
And that's why I mentioned that earlier. And that's why I mentioned this gruesome shit. Because now Most High is putting a perverse spirit on these men that's not with his spirit, and they cutting up their females, man. Putting them in a fucking suitcase, barbecuing their ass, and eating them and shit.
And you got it vice versa. You got women killing their husbands and stuff. So that's why we try to be real careful who we dealing with, because a lot of people is really waxing worse and worse. That's what's happening right now. If you're not in this truth, you're waxing worse and worse. Either you growing or hey, man, you're getting prepped for destruction, man.
And that's what profane means, without judgment. So these people are gonna be tripping out. They're gonna be doing all kind of shit that they didn't think they
never think they would do, man. Children eating their own babies and stuff, man. So you can't just look at somebody today and look at them like this is gonna be a normal person during Jacob's trouble, especially if they don't call on the name of Bahasham, man.
And you ever seen those TikTok videos where the baby is plump and they got rolls and shit, and they like look like a little biscuit and shit. That's how you gonna see them when it's time to take up trouble. Like a little biscuit, you gonna eat their ass. Call them my little chocolate dunk, my little biscuit with rolls. Look
that's like that's why you gotta have, that's why we tell you, hey, you go, man gonna do what he want to do, but we gotta be spiritually ready to see real gruesome shit, and we can't be offended in it. You gotta look at it as judgment. You cannot be offended, Jake, or the Lord is gonna cast you out.
Ezekiel, he said, "Hey, look in the wall, and I show you Israel digging the wall." And then he said, "Oh, you think that's something? Digging the wall again. I'll show you something worse. You think that's something? Digging the wall again.
That's why he does that, so you won't lament. You won't lament these people, man. You won't feel sorry for these people, because it said it's gonna be dead bodies from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth. Jake don't even know what 10 bodies on the ground look like. Most of us ain't none of us seen those 5, 10 bodies laying on the ground at one time. Think of thousands of thousands. Think of everybody in your neck, because most of us, there's only like 2 or 3 of us who believe in this truth out here, man. Everywhere we go, maybe we got some bigger camps, 50 brothers, whatever. Everybody, we gotta have that mindset to know that everybody else is gonna be laying on the ground, man. That's what's coming, man. Well, when the mass awakening comes, a lot of people is gonna get right, but hey, a lot of it could not be like that in your area. It could be more in another area. But the elect, so it'll be too late. It's gonna be too late, man. So we gotta make sure we stay spiritually prepared. Also, we live in the world or whatever. We gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta work, but
like they see,
be ready to drop that money, man.
That movie they see when he fought them to put on them glasses, man. He's like, man, put on these glasses, see what I see. Punch him, and bro, that was the longest fight ever on movie. On the movie. It literally took like 15 to 20 minutes. They was fighting on it.
They finally put him on, like, oh shit.
He finally put him on, like,
show me something.
Oh shit.
See, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that with 2/3. We tell you put the glass on, you don't put them on. We're gonna try to he gonna fight you.
Yeah, that fight was so long on the other side. We was like, put the damn glasses on, man.
I'm about to around jump in it too. Hold them down. Put it on them. Hurry up.
That's what we trying to do. Put these spiritual glasses on, man.
That hot sound.
But yeah.
Speaking of that movie, that's spiritual. That's spiritual.
Oh yeah.
Because even with the title of it, that title, it said they see. It said they live. That's what it's called. They live. And you watch the movie, it's going into how he can see. He see that's Ezekiel 37, man.
And it's a
dead bones coming.
That's what I was gonna say. Dead bones. They talking about the elect. He was one of the elect, because once I showed him, it didn't show that he was elect, because you could be called and not chosen. You could see some things and still not be the elect. But
even Nebuchadnezzar saw one of the main dream, was given the main dream to the whole timeline. He ain't getting saved. His ass going in slavery. So yeah,
Yeah, man. With that, hopefully it's edifying, man. We're gonna Yahawah Most High will bless you. That that going through your atrocities, your what do you call it, elements and all that, and your troubles, your endeavors and all that, and just stay strong. And to the brothers, few sisters on the comment board, the water for tuning in, Shalom, blessings. Gonna give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Rawchaa, Barak, Yahawashi, the honors to Apostle, Elder, Bishop, Great Millstone, Most High, patience to the brothers, His word for the hope elect. All across the four corners, in the next Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.